How concerned should the Lakers be?
I think you're very concerned. I mean, obviously the Davis injury is pretty scary considering, you know, he's going to be out most likely for Game 5, and with this series moving quickly, you don't know if Game 6 he's going to be available either. And they were a very average team without Davis during the regular season. 19-17 was the record. And on top of that, in this series, he's been largely their front court production. I mean, Andre Drummond, who was brought in like for this reason to match up with a DeAndre Ayton, has been getting completely outplayed by Ayton. It wouldn't surprise me to see Marc Gasol in the starting lineup in this Game 5. I think Gasol has proven to be a better fit with this team offensively, at least in this particular series. So if you're the Lakers, it can't just be a superhuman LeBron performance. Like, it's got to be Marc Gasol shooting a high percentage. It's got to be Kyle Kuzma having a breakout offensive game. What I saw from Chris Paul suggests to me that shoulder is getting better. And if he can get to be 75, 80% of what he usually is, there's enough weapons on that Phoenix team at home to beat the Lakers in Game 5 and to win this series.
Are you picking the Suns?
Yes. This is going to bite me again because every time I go against LeBron, I lose. So take that for what it's worth. He put me on. I didn't even think about who I was picking until that exact moment, but this is eventually going to make me look stupid. So yes.
Yeah. You're aware that LeBron's on the Lakers, right?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure, because this hasn't gone well like in the last 12 years. It feels like you go against LeBron. You're like Paul Pierce. You don't like LeBron. I
do like LeBron. I just, for some reason, I sort of like convinced myself that other teams can beat him. Like I was doing that with, I think I did that with Atlanta at one point, during LeBron's tenure, which was incredibly stupid in hindsight. But Boston, several times over. On your show, I think I said it was more likely than not that the Lakers don't make the playoffs, which a clip that I was made to eat over and over again on social media for almost 2 years. But
why don't you go with LeBron?
Well, I did going into the playoffs with the Lakers at full strength. I picked the Lakers to win the whole thing. Okay. I did. I thought, but the AD injury is significant. Like, going without him against this team is going to be really tough. So we'll see what LeBron can pull out. Like, invariably he does it, right? Invariably he does something superhuman that makes people like me look stupid. But this is a tough matchup for that Laker team without AD.
What kind of fallout do you think that the Lakers will have if they don't get out of the first round?
Given the circumstances, probably not much.
But do they keep Dennis Schroeder? Do they get rid of Kyle Kuzma? Marc Gasol's probably a one and done. Do they keep Andre?
He's got a 2-year contract. Gasol's got a 2-year contract, so he's around.
I don't want him another year.
I think you kind of stuck with him, though. I don't know what you just wave him and eat the salad. I honestly, and this goes back to a conversation about several teams that are facing questions, whether it's Boston or Miami or whatever. This season's been so weird with COVID issues, 4 games in 5 nights, myriad injuries. The Lakers have been at the forefront of it. I don't think you overreact to the end result of this season. If they get beat in the first round by Phoenix, there are reasons for it, right? You lost Anthony Davis. You had a bunch of injuries that affected your chemistry. Andre Drummond came in late. You can explain a lot of that away. I think it would be a mistake to just, blow up the Lakers. You may have a tough decision to make on Dennis Schroeder. I mean, he clearly wants to get $20, $25 million per year on a new contract. So maybe that's a tough call, but this is still a Laker team, Dan, that when fully healthy, I would favor them going into next year. I would consider them a favorite going into next year.